Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Lucy coming at you with a banger ass story time. Before we get into this, honestly, you guys are probably gonna think that the driving on the screen is me getting pulled over on acid, but it is not at all. It is literally the only thing I had to put behind my voice because I don't have a gameplay clip. All right, I definitely could get some gameplay right now, but I need to upload this by like a certain time, and I'm not gonna be able to get gameplay, tell the story, edit the video, and then do it all in the same fucking thing. So this is what you're gonna get, is a clip of me driving. All right. Honestly, don't know what I was doing. I think I just hit record on the GoPro and it was just recording, right? So without further ado, let's get into this video. So this happened in 2022. As you guys, oh my god, as some of you guys know, this was the peak use of my drug days, right? I didn't really do much of like hard drugs, but I was doing acid, shrooms, smoking, and drinking. That was all I was doing in 2021 to 2024, right? But 2022 and 2023 were definitely my peak and like my fucking worst days of my like, not worst days, I guess. Looking back at it, it was pretty fun, but like definitely some of the more drug abusive days of my life, right? So this all happened in 2022. It was definitely around like June. It was after my birthday, so it was around like June. And I had just picked up some acid, right? So this all started around like 9 a.m. I should probably start with this. My parents' house, as some of you guys mentioned, oh my god, some of you guys mentioned, as I mentioned in some of my past videos, the water would be like cold for days long. Like there would be like 5, 6 days where the water would just be cold as fuck, right? Like it would just be unbearable, like 30, 40 degrees of water, right? And I can't take a shower in that. Like I would generally tweak out. When I take a shower back then and it was cold, I was generally so fucking mad. I would only be in there for like 3 minutes tops. I clean what I have to and I'm out of that bitch, right? So I'm already not starting the day off good. I had to take a cold shower, right? But I had picked up some tabs the night before, all right? I picked up a strip of, okay, it was more like 12 because some of the tabs were like cut off weird and shit. I would say it was around like 12 tabs, all right? So I picked up 12 tabs the night before, and honestly, back then, I got them for a really good price. I think I paid like $55, $60 for these tabs, right? So I decided I'm gonna pop some of these tabs. All right, this wasn't a like I said, I was a drug abused demon. This wasn't a rare occasion for me. I would take a good amount of tabs on the daily. All right, me and Jimmy. If you guys know Jimmy, Jesus Christ, me and Jimmy used to go on. And holy fuck, you guys know if you watch my other stories. Me and Jimmy were going at it. All right, so. Unfortunately, the story wasn't with Jimmy. This would honestly be pretty funny if Jimmy was in the car, but Jimmy was not in the car, all right? It was me, Kevin, and I don't know what we're going to name this kid because he is never going to be in any of my stories again. Honestly, I don't think he is. We're going to name him Rodney, all right? So it was me, Kevin, and Rodney, all right? So like I said, I decided I was going to pop these tabs, all right? I had already texted Kevin and Rodney that I wanted to hang out this day. Now, Rodney wasn't, like I said, I don't think Rodney's any of my story times because Rodney was a very short-lived character in my life. Rodney was a backdoor demon, all right? I've had a few of those in my life, but Rodney was definitely the worst. He was a backdoor demon to the max, all right? And back in 2022, I was getting a little bit of money from, like, TikTok and all this other shit, like Fortnite. Like, I was just a little demon kid doing demon drugs while playing the game, right? And I was getting money for it. Fucking insane, right? Best time of my life. And he knew this, and he was just around me because I had bread and I could supply him with drugs. So that's just a rundown on Rodney. But I had already texted Rodney and Kevin that I wanted to hang this day. And so, like I said, I popped 3 of these tabs, nothing crazy. I ended up popping more later in the day, but that's for later in the day, all right? So I popped 3 tabs, nothing crazy. I don't remember the exact, dosage of these tabs. I'm going to guess they're like 150, 200. I never really went above 250, and if these were 250, I wouldn't have taken 3. So I'm going to go with like 150 to 2. So after I pop these tabs, I immediately get in my car, all right? Now, you guys are probably thinking, driving while on acid, very bad thing. So, yes, it is very bad. 2 things. I was not going very far. I think I was going maybe 10 minutes down the street. So, not very far at all. Would not be tripping the time of me driving there and getting there, right? But I definitely drove after. But, yeah, anyway, so, reason number 2. I always drove off of this shit. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but back then, me driving off acid wasn't a rare occasion. So that's why I'm saying it so casually. So I had gone over to Kevin's house, all right? So Rodney lived kind of far from us, and I wasn't trying to really go get Rodney at first. I just wanted to kick it with Kevin because me and Kevin have been homies for a long-ass time, bro. And I still talk to Kevin. Oh, my God. I still talk to Kevin to this day, bro. Like, Kevin's a OG, right? So me and Kevin get to hanging out. I'd say about 30 minutes after me getting into Kevin's house, these tabs start hitting, all right? Now, I really haven't told Kevin that I have the tabs on me. He just knows that I'm tripping, right? So I don't really necessarily like to share my drugs with people unless they're going to pay for them, all right? Now, I don't want to seem like a dickhead. I will throw them a good price, like $5 a tab. But I'm not going to sit there and throw you free drugs all the time, you know? Like, once in a while, yeah, I'll throw you a free tab, but I am not going to keep supplying you with drugs for free, my guy, all right? You got to pay for them bitches, right? And everyone knew that. No one, like, everyone I hang out with, genuinely, like, a lot knew that. I wasn't just going to give them free shit. Rodney figured that shit out the hard way. We ain't even going to speak on that. Rodney, you are gone. If you're watching this, fuck you, Rodney. I know you know who you are. You're a fucking bitch. So, anyway, me and Kevin decided that we're going to ride over to Cane's, all right? So, Cane's was a very gas thing in my life at this time. I love chicken. Now, Cane's was a long-ass line, all right? So, this line was, I would say, like, dude, this Cane's is in, like, a strip mall, kind of. There's a whole bunch of other fast food places along the shit. This fucking line to Cane's at this point was literally down, like, 3 fast food chains. Like, there was 2 whole fast food chains in between the fast food chain we were trying to go to of the line of cars, dude. Like, it was so fucked up, but I was getting this chicken no matter what, right? So I'm in this fucking line. I'm absolutely tripping my ass off, bro. Like, I don't know what it is about drive-thrus and me tripping. I can't do it, bro. I can't wait in that fucking drive-thru. So I end up fucking pulling around. I go into the parking lot, and we go in that bitch, all right? So Kevin wasn't tripping at this point. Like I said, Kevin was completely sober. So I asked him if he'd mind ordering my food for me, and he could get some for himself too, right? He's like, yeah, man, whatever. Like, I was generally tweaking. He didn't know why, all right? So Kevin orders the food. We got the same thing coincidentally, so he just said, can I get 2 of this? So, yeah, that's basically how that went. So Kevin and I sit down at a booth, right? This booth was, I wouldn't say it was, like, dirty, but, I mean, I'm tripping, so I see everything. So, like, this bitch is dirty to my eyes, right? So I'm not putting my arms on this table, and Kevin's just all over this shit. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, in my head, I'm like, damn, all them germs. But in reality, if I were to see that shit when I'm sober, I wouldn't ball an eye, bro. I'd put my arms on that table too, right? So, let alone, we get our food. He calls out our name. He called out Kevin's. I almost just DDoxed his real name. He calls out Kevin's name for the order. And Kevin goes and gets our food. So, what happened at this point is, I don't know how back then I didn't really eat off of acid. And I don't know how I ate this chicken, because I devoured the fuck out of this chicken. I'm talking, I got a box combo, if you guys know what Cane's is. It is 4 chicken fingers, fries, toast, and coleslaw. I didn't eat the coleslaw because I hate that shit. I would never like coleslaw. I don't know why. It is so ass. But I devoured the toast, the fries, and the chicken, bro. Like, absolutely devoured that shit. I wouldn't even do that sober, bro. But for some reason, on this time on acid, I devoured that fucking chicken, right? So, I'm not gonna lie, it was expensive, too. I think it was like $32 for these 2 box combos, bro. And I was... Alright, listen, we were getting money, but we weren't getting that kind of money, alright? We gotta go back to the Dollar Tree, bro. Hell no. Let me get my meals, bro. My prep meals. Alright, so... Anyway, we go back in my car, and like I said, I'm tripping a good amount at this point. And my dumbass decides I want to take more tabs, alright? Now, how my brain worked back then is if I took more tabs... it would like, I don't know how to explain it. In my mind, it would cancel out the tabs that I already took. So it would just be me on different, like, it would just be a new set of tabs. It wouldn't add to my trip. It would just be a new trip. Like, I would just come up again and be, you know, like, just have a whole nother trip. I didn't really put 2 and 2 together it was only 3 hours, dude. That shit's gonna send me to the fucking moon. I just doubled my dosage. Holy fuck, like, I would do this shit to myself all the fucking time, right? So I take these tabs, and this is where I offer Kevin a tab. I'm like, yo, you want 2 of these for 10? He's like, yeah, bro, like, give me those. So these were, so I love these tabs. I'm just gonna, honorary mention these tabs. Just hold on, pause the story. Honorable mention these tabs. These were some Pokemon card tabs. I had never seen these since then. Like, if you got Pokemon card tabs, hit me the fuck up. Never mind, I don't do that shit anymore. But, like, show me at least, because that shit's dope. I haven't, like, seen a full one. I've just seen, like, little pieces from mine. But, like, dead ass, there were some Pokemon tabs and dope as fuck. All right, so back to the story. I give Kevin these 2 tabs, and Kevin, he's a skinnier dude. I'm not going to really detox his weight or height or anything, but Kevin's a skinnier dude, right? And 2 tabs is gonna fuck him up. All right, Kevin doesn't do tabs like that. If he takes any psychedelic, it's shrooms, and if it's shrooms, it's 2 or 3 grams of shrooms. It's not that much acid, or like the equivalent that he took to acid, right? I knew he was gonna be tripping. I didn't really want to tell him because he's passenger anyway. He's not driving. So we pop these tabs. We're still in the parking lot of the fucking Canes, and we pop these tabs, right? And I'm like, yo, what do you want to do today? Like, we have nothing planned. And back then, like I said, I was a fucking gamer. I had nothing going on. Like, I was literally, like, I'm pretty sure, like, I had taken off. I had not played games today because I just had wanted that phone with Kevin, right? That was my thing. And this is where fucking, dude, what did I give him? This is where Rodney comes into play, right? Holy fuck, dude. So Kevin's like, yo, like, I got this boy Rodney, like, can he come? And I'm like, bro, fuck. I'm like, dude, all right, yeah, whatever. And so this is really how I met Rodney. Actually, no, I had met him a few times before with Kevin, but, like, he had mentioned, like, Rodney and to go get him. And I already did not like Rodney at this point. I think Rodney, I hung out with him 2 to 3 more times after this. I think he might be, no, I don't think I'll make that a story. That's not really interesting. But Rodney is just gone. Just know that. Rodney was a short-lived character. So, we go and pick up Rodney. Like I said, Rodney lived pretty far away from us, dude. Like, if I remember correctly, we were in, like, already kind of by the cities of where I live, and this motherfucker was 30 minutes from the cities, bro. And I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me, bro? And I had already got that feeling in my gut. I hate freeways, and just, if you go north of where I live, like 20 minutes of the big city, you're seeing at least 30 troopers, bro. Like, it's bad. It's every fucking mile, bro. You're seeing a trooper sitting on the side of the road. So let alone, we get to fucking Rodney's house. It low-key took us 45, 50 minutes to get there. And so we pick Rodney up. Rodney sits in the fucking back like his bitch ass should. Alright, my bad. So Rodney sits in the back like I guess he ain't gonna send anywhere else. So we pick up Rodney and we're heading back to where we're from. And let alone, I'm going about, I don't want to say the exact speed. I'm gonna downplay it a little bit. I was going like 70 and a 55, right? And this trooper lights me the fuck up, all right? And I'm tweaking. I'm tripping balls at this point, dude. I mean, like, I'm absolutely tripping balls. Like, I don't even know how I'm driving. I'm going to be honest, like, looking back at it, I should not have been on this fucking roadway. And I don't know how this cop did not know I was absolutely tweaking, right? So I get pulled over, and I pull over to the side, and I'm already tripping. I'm like, where the fuck is my insurance? Where's my ID? And I don't have either of them, bro. So how I really rolled back then is, my mom printed my shit for me, but she would just give it to me. Like, she wouldn't put it in my car. She would just give that shit to me. Like, she's just not supposed to. Like, yeah, give it to me. It was my fault for not having it in my car. But, like, I never had my insurance on me, and I never had my ID on me because I always lost it. But I had a picture of my ID, and I had a picture of the insurance. So I showed the cop both of those. And he goes back to his car. At first, okay, he walks up, and I'm already tweaking. Like, I'm looking at him coming up in the mirror, and I'm like, fuck, dude. And he walks up, he's like, hey, do you know how fast you were going? I'm like, yeah, I was going, I'm not going to, all right, I was going 82. I was like, yeah, like 85. He's like, you were going 82. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, do you know what the speed limit is? I'm like, oh, like 65? He's like, no, it's 55 through here. I'm like, damn. Like, holy fuck. And keep in mind, I'm fresh 16 at this point, bro. Like I'm fresh 16. And hell nah, right? So, let alone, he goes back to his car after I show him the picture of my license and my insurance. And he goes back to his car, and it low-key takes him about not like 10, 15 minutes to come back with my fucking ticket, right? I was low-key tweaking for a second. And so he comes back with my ticket. He gave me a 75 and a 55. Very nice cop, to be honest. Like, for a state trooper, that was probably the nicest one I've ever met, to be honest, in my encounters. And keep in mind, I looking back, I didn't have a record at all. Like, I was fresh. But this was a very loud and nice car, you could say. So I could see why he really just wanted to give me a ticket. But he should have gave me anyway. I was going fucking like 30 over, bro. So, let alone, I'm tweaking. So he comes back with my fucking ticket. He gave me a fucking 75 and a 55. And I'm like, I'm really apologetic. I'm like, oh, sorry, like, I'll never do this again. Like, I've never gotten a ticket before. And he's like, yeah, I know. Just please slow down. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Like, Like, sure. I'm like, okay. And he lets me fucking go, right? Now, I don't know why I even thought he would really pull me out. Because, like, acid isn't something that you would be. Unless I was swerving all over the road, but I wasn't. I was just going fast as fuck. And I didn't. From my experience, I never really looked that fucked up when I was taking acid. So, I don't know why I was tweaking, but I was tweaking this. I was going to get locked up. I was thinking of the worst. I'm like, damn. Like, my homie's going to have to drive my car, bro. Like, I'm fucked. Like, I'm just thinking the worst outcomes possible, bro. But let alone, I was completely fine. I just got completely fine. I got a misdemeanor. It wasn't a petty misdemeanor. It was actually a misdemeanor for speeding. I ended up going to court, and I think I got dismissed. But then I ended up getting a lot of tickets since then that didn't get dismissed. But yeah. Anyway, this was a short little story time. I did upload a video of me going into an abandoned steam plant. Very cool video. I suggest you go check that out after this one, of course. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. Unfortunately, I don't have a fucking outro anymore. I kind of deleted the file on accident, so now I gotta make a new one. So you gotta give me some fucking time on that, unfortunately. Yeah, but anyway, it has been Booski, and I'm out.